Welcome to Reloader 2001. It's been a while since I've made a video, so I apologize to the subscribers. It's been probably over a year. What can I say? Life sucks, you gotta move forward. But getting back to the video, I never really liked my holsters for less than $1. There's just a few things that I've been doing differently that seems to make a big difference in making a holster. For one, $10 Harbor Freight heat gun makes a world of difference compared to using a torch or using a toaster oven that I did before. Besides that, everything else is pretty much the same. I just wanted to remake it. That way there's just one source for making your holsters. So I'm just going to get right to it. First off, you need to start off with PVC drainage pipe. You can also use Kydex, but quite honestly, this stuff works great. You pick up a 10-foot section at like a, any home improvement store, Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware stores. It's really about $4, $5 for a 10-foot section, maybe $6. It's really inexpensive. You can get a lot of holsters out of a 10-foot section. And also very durable. Just for my daily carry. I've been carrying this for probably 5 years now, and it's the very first holster I made, and quite honestly, it's still holding up extremely well after 5 years of use of daily carry. So, quite honestly, when you're making a holster, like with this one, I can make it to fit me perfectly. I can be comfortable wearing the holster all day long. And I just want to make a video to show how simple it is to make a holster using very inexpensive parts. So first, what you got to do is heat up your PVC pipe. Doesn't take long. I do recommend have at least a pair of gloves on because it does get hot. But with the heat gun, it actually makes very quick work. Now today I'm doing this outside because it does give off a little bit of fumes. I also do like doing this in the kitchen on the stove where the vent fan is. That works really well. And plus, if it's raining out, you can still do it. So I'm just going to cut to where this gets heated up. It takes a few minutes. So that way also I'm not trying to speak over top of this fan. Okay, now that I got it heated up, you do want to work a little bit quick. So do this beforehand. Make sure the gun is clear. And for polymer guns especially, have the magazine in it. Now you're going to need some type of padding. I'm using just packing foam, camping mats, and all that. You just put that into the PVC, get it to about where you want it. And literally what I do is I sit on it to get that mold in. You can also make clamps, and there's a bunch of other ways that you can get pressure. You want some type of pressure on top of your mold, to get it to mold to the gun. Now I kind of wasted a little bit of time there showing you that the gun was clear and that, so hopefully this PVC is hot enough. But to give you an idea, you can have several different ways. You should have a nice clear form on how it forms to the gun. It will lock in place perfectly. These are a few examples of other guns. This is for a Beretta Stoeger and outside the waistband. This is another appendix holster. And they are very comfortable because again, you can mold these and reshape them. Because if you don't like how this turns out, just heat it up again. It's not really that big of a deal. Just make sure the plastic doesn't start getting brown or turning brown, because what that will do is it'll make a weak spot in the PVC and be a potential for cracking. Now hopefully I sat long enough and I talked enough. Yep. It is pretty much, it's still a little bit moldable, but as you can see, I don't know if you can see with the way the camera picks up, we got a nice imprint on how the gun, and it actually locks in quite nicely. Now, of course, I'm going to be making a pocket holster for this. If you're going to be making it outside the waistband, inside the waistband, you know, there's a lot of different attachment points. I personally like, for inside the waistband, Ulticlip. I'm not paid by them. I just like their product. It makes a really good inside the waistband clip. There's multiple different types and sizes. I lean towards this size right here. They have an extra large that goes completely over your belt and makes it like a belt loop. These things are extremely secure. But you can also do soft leather loops and any other attachment point that you prefer on your holsters. Now, once you get your general fit, you will have to get that off to the side. Now, to cut it, there's several different ways to do this. You can take your Dremel, or you can take, any type of saw. You got to be careful with saws. Make sure you use a very fine tooth, because it will chip and break if you have too coarse of a tooth. What I like to do is I just end up heating again right around where I want to cut. Now, you may have to remold it. You might lose some of your molding. Get it heated up till it's about that consistency of like a rubber or leather. And once you get it heated up, the heat gun makes it very nice to be able to heat just in the areas that you want, and you really don't lose that much of your shape in the areas that you're not heating. As you can see, that didn't take long. It's nice and flexible, good set of scissors, and you can literally cut the shape that you want. Now, what I'm going to be doing is a pocket holster. So what I'm going to be, my plan is to make a hook. Now, there is one big disadvantage, is when you're making sharp corners like this, that right here, if you can see, is bad, where it has this sharp point. You actually want to get in there with a file, a Dremel, or something and make that nice and round, because any sharp corner like this can actually be a stress point. Will actually start to crack the PVC on that line, and once a crack starts, it just keeps going, and that's something you do not want, is to have a place where a crack can start, because that will shortly or greatly decrease the structural integrity of the piece. Now, I didn't quite get exactly cut where I want. I'll go back to my firearm again. As you can see, I have a little bit too much material right around the trigger guard here, so I need to heat this up, remove this, so that way I can get a good grip on this. Now, I'm making inside the pocket holster. Your hook here is so you can hook onto the inside of your pocket loop, or inside of your pocket, and be able to get a nice clean draw. Okay, I did a little bit of more cutting and shaping off camera, just because you really don't need me see me doing that. As you can see, I have a good grip on it now. There's plenty of room for my hands to get through. I did give it a little bit of a curve. It's kind of hard to see on camera, so it molds with my leg. When it's in my pocket, it makes it a lot more comfortable. And that's the nice thing about making your own holsters. Again, you can customize it to fit you perfectly, because the size of my leg and the curve of my leg around my pocket is different than someone else. So what's going to fit me good will not fit you possibly. Okay, just to close things out, as you can see, it's very simple to create your own holster, whether it be the pocket holster like I just made. Outside the waistband, just need a few bolts, bolt on some belt loops, or inside the waistband using whatever your favorite attachment style is for and inside the waistband, do some research on your own. That's going to be your biggest expense. Unless you're just using a piece of leather and a snap, it's really not much. The hardware, I like using stainless steel. That way it doesn't rust out, especially inside the waistband, being sweaty and all that. But just experiment. Try with different cants of your firearm. Different places, for your firearm to sit. Molding it in a little bit different shapes to get a little bit of a curve, to make it a little bit more comfortable. Once you find that perfect fit for you, that's a holster you're going to end up using for the rest of your life, for that firearm. And you get a new firearm, it's very simple to make another holster. It's not a big investment. And you're going to have the same quality of holsters as, $40, $50 holsters from other manufacturers. I'm not saying that the other manufacturers are bad. Some people make extremely good holsters, and you're paying $70, $80, $100 for a holster. It's well worth it. But when you can make one inexpensive and have it fit you perfectly, that's where the value comes in, is having a holster that fits you perfectly. And the only thing you really spend is a few dollars and a little bit of time. And your time, that's what the value is. We want to take a few minutes, make your own holster, have it fit you perfectly, have some experimenting, have a few failures. You don't learn without failing. So hopefully you learned something. Have any questions, feel free to comment below. Please subscribe this page, and thank you. I'll see you again. Hopefully I'll be making videos more regularly again. Have a good